So my grandmother called me and asked for some sopa de fideo, so it looks like I'm taking lunch to my grandparents. This is going to be good. So for the ingredients, I'm using 8 to 10 ounces of beef steak meat, half of a small onion, 1 beef or chicken bouillon cube works. I have 3/4 of a cup of tomato puree, some minced garlic, and vermicelli noodles. In a preheated pot over medium-high heat, I'm going to add around 2 tablespoons of cooking oil, and I am going to brown my beef well. Now, the type of meat typically that we use in fideo with cuts of beef is like top round steak, just a cheaper cut of meat, and you'll want to brown it really well. I've added salt and pepper to it, and if you don't brown it well, it's not going to get tender enough. So unless you're using really tender steak in this, you want to make sure that you cook it and brown well. Now, it'll go through phases. It'll kind of release a lot of its natural juices and start bubbling and almost boiling. Keep going. You want it to look like this. Right here, once a lot of the juices have evaporated, there's fond at the bottom of the pan. Now you're ready to toast the fideo. So I'm going to add a little more cooking oil at the bottom, and I'm going to toast the fideo, and this helps to keep the fideo texture so it doesn't get soggy and bloated. So you want to make sure you take your time with this. And you'll want to turn the heat down at this point, or you'll burn it before you toast it. So use a medium-low heat at this point. So I've added my bouillon cube, whether you're using beef or chicken, it all works. Now I'm going to add around 3.5 cups of water. Now if you want this to be on the drier side, maybe add 2 to 2.5. Now just know that if you want this soupier, you're going to have to adjust the salt in this to your preference. I'm adding my 3/4 of a cup of tomato puree, give it a quick stir, and kind of scrape up the fond at the bottom of the pan. I'm going to add a little bit more salt to taste and pepper, and bring this to a simmer. Once it starts to gently boil and simmer, you'll want to cover with a lid. Be sure to lower the heat and let it cook for about 15 minutes. Now, because I'm going to transport this, I'm going to remove it from the heat at around 10 minutes because it'll cook the rest of the way as it sits in the container that I'm going to be taking this to their house. So shut off the heat, and now I'm going to transfer it into my container. And this is ready to take to my grandparents' house. So excited. I'm going to link the most recent video of visiting my grandparents for those of you that are curious as to who they are. But my grandmother's going to love this. So I hope you guys give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.